morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Tuesday's reading with Ms. Harkins. Today, our learning intention is to make a mental image in your head as you read. So, to make a mental image in your head as you read. So, what does that mean? What are we going to do? What are we learning to do? So, when I read, or I'm listening to reading, inside my head, inside my mind, I am making up pictures. I am making a movie. I am watching a movie. It is actually like I'm at the cinemas or I'm sitting down in front of my TV watching a movie on Netflix. I'm making the movie up in my head. I'm using the information that the author is giving me, all the details that the author is giving me to make a movie in my head. So when I do this, when I'm visualizing, I'm like a visual artist. And if I've done this and I can visualize, it helps me. So when I visualize what is happening in the story, I'm able to remember more of what I've read. It's because I can rewind the movie at the end of what I've read. I can look back at those pictures in my mind that I've created. And it helps me comprehend and understand more of what I've read. So your job today is you're going to be making mental images in your head as I read a story. So what I want you to do now is I want you to put me on pause in a second, not yet. And I want you to go and get either a book or a piece of paper or a whiteboard. And you need to get something to draw with. So something to draw on and something to draw with. So put me on pause, go and get those things and then come back. Okay, so boys and girls, you should all have something to draw on and you should all have something to draw with now. So I'm going to be reading a story, and when I am reading the story, you're going to use the information, the details that the author is giving you to make a mental picture in your head. You're going to be creating a movie in your head that you can rewind at the end and look back on to help you understand what we've read. Okay, because this strategy, it is a comprehension strategy. It helps us understand what we have read and it helps us remember what we have read, because the main reason for reading is to make sure we've understood what we've read. Okay, so today I am reading a Paul Jennings story, and it is Snookle. Okay, so when I'm reading this story, you need to be creating an image in your head, pictures in your head, and those pictures that you're creating in your head, you're going to draw those down. Okay, so you need to be, as I'm reading, you need to be using the information that the author is giving you, and you need to create that movie in your head. And whatever it is that you're seeing in your head, I want you to try and draw a picture of it. So, the story is Snookle, and let's begin. Snookle was delivered one morning with the milk. There were 4 half-litre bottles. 3 of them contained milk, and the other held Snookle. I'm going to actually back it up and I'm going to reread it. I got distracted by my kids playing on the PlayStation, so I'm going to back it up and reread from the start of the story. Snookle. Snookle was delivered one morning with the milk. There were 4 half-litre bottles. 3 of them contained milk and the other held Snookle. He stared sadly at me from his glass prison. I could see he was alive, even though he made no sign of movement. He reminded me of a dog on a chain that manages to make its owner feel guilty simply by looking unhappy. Snookle wanted to get out of that milk bottle, but he didn't really expect it to happen. He didn't say anything. He just gazed silently into my eyes. I placed the 3 full bottles in the fridge and put Snookle and his small home on a table. Then I sat down and looked at him carefully. All I could see was a large pair of gloomy eyes. He must have had a body, but it was nowhere to be seen. The eyes simply floated in the air about 15 centimetres above the bottom of the bottle. So now what I want you to do, if you haven't done it already, is I would like you to draw what it was that you were seeing in your head when I read that. You can rewind it and listen to me reading again if you want to, and then do your drawing. Once you've done your drawing, what I would like you to do is take a picture of it and upload it onto Seesaw or Teams so we can have a look at what was happening in your mind when we read that story. Anyway, good luck. Have a good day. Bye.